Diane here. Thanks for coming to read with me. Katie Woo, Katie Saves Thanksgiving by Fran Maunshki, illustrated by Tammie, Lyon. Table of Contents. Chapter 1. Katie Knows Pilgrims. Chapter 2. Thanksgiving Trouble. Chapter 3. Thankful for Friends. Katie Knows Pilgrims. Chapter 1. It was Thanksgiving Day. Snow was falling. Lots and lots of snow. I can't wait for JoJo and Pedro to come over, said Katie. This will be our first Thanksgiving together. I know a lot about pilgrims, Katie told her dad. Tell me about them, he said. It took a long time for the pilgrims to cross the sea, said Katie, and their ship, the Mayflower, went through scary storms. JoJo and her family are driving through a snowstorm, said Katie. I hope they don't get lost. Chapter 2. Thanksgiving Trouble. Oh no, said Katie's mom. The stove isn't working. Katie's dad tried to fix it, but he couldn't. The pilgrims had to eat cold food on the Mayflower, said Katie. Their ship was made of wood. It could burn if they lit a fire. Maybe Pedro's family can bring some hot food, said Katie's mom. She called them, but nobody was home. They must be on their way here, said Katie. I'll call JoJo, Katie said. JoJo answered right away. Guess what? Said JoJo. Our car is stuck in the snow. We're waiting for a tow truck. This is some Thanksgiving, said Katie's dad when he heard the news. Without the stove, we cannot have sweet potatoes, said Katie's mom. Or pumpkin pie, her dad groaned. Chapter 3. Thankful for Friends. The snow is piling up, said Katie's dad. I'd better go shovel it. I'll help you, said Katie. Katie and her dad began to shovel. Mrs. West lives alone, said Katie. I'll shovel her sidewalk for her. After a while, Mrs. West called out, Katie, thank you for your help. Come inside. I made some hot cocoa. Mrs. West's kitchen was filled with wonderful smells. I made Thanksgiving dinner for my family, she said. Just then her phone rang. As Miss West listened, her face grew sadder and sadder. She told Katie, my family was going to take an airplane here, but it's a bad day for flying. I guess I will be eating all alone. Katie looked out the window. She saw JoJo and Pedro. Katie said, Mrs. West, why don't you come over and eat with us? What a wonderful idea, said Mrs. West. Said Katie. Could you bring your turkey and sweet potatoes? Our stove isn't working. I would love to, said Mrs. West. Katie and JoJo and Pedro helped Mrs. West carry the food to Katie's house. This is just like the first Thanksgiving, said Katie. The Pilgrims and the Indians shared their food too. But they didn't have my pumpkin pie, said Mrs. West. But we do, said Katie. Everyone was very thankful. Cooking with Katie Woo. Behold my heart breadsticks. Make 12 breadsticks. Valentine's Day is the perfect day to cook something special for the people you love. Here is an easy recipe that will go with any Valentine's Day dinner. Before you get started, ask a grown-up for help, and don't forget to wash your hands. Ingredients: 1 can of refrigerated breadsticks, 1 egg beaten, 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. Other things you need: a large cookie sheet, a pastry brush, a spoon. What you do: preheat the oven to 375 degrees. Separate the breadstick dough into 12 pieces. Stretch each piece until it is 12 inches long. Shape each piece into a heart. Pinch the ends together. Place the heart on the cookie sheet. With the pastry brush, brush your hearts with the beaten egg. With the spoon, shake a little Parmesan cheese on top of each heart. Bake for 10 to 13 minutes or until golden brown. To make it extra yummy, try dipping your heart in warm pizza sauce. Enjoy! Pilgrim Pride cookies. Make 24 cookies. Make a small pilgrim hat that you can actually eat. It is a perfect Thanksgiving Day treat. Ask a grown-up for help and be sure to wash your hands. Ingredients: 24 shortbread striped cookies, 12-ounce bag of chocolate chips, 24 marshmallows, a tube of yellow decorating frosting. Other things you need: a cookie tray covered with wax paper, a medium microwave safe bowl, a large spoon, and toothpicks. What you do: set the cookies with the stripe side down on the cookie tray. Space them apart. Pour the chocolate chips in the bowl. Microwave for 1 minute. Stir with spoon. If the chips are not all melted, microwave an additional 30 seconds. Stir, repeat until melted completely. For each one, stick a toothpick into a marshmallow. Dip it into the melted chocolate and then center it on top of a cookie. With the second toothpick, lightly hold down the marshmallow. Carefully pull out the first toothpick. Chill until the chocolate sets. Then use the decorating frosting to add a small rectangle on the marshmallow where it meets the cookie. It should look like a gold buckle on a pilgrim